Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about integration. So now I will show you how to answer. We need to use about integration by trigonometric substitution. So I will put about s equals to the square root of number 3 tan t. Because if we put this one go in here, you will go about 3 tan t square, number 3 and number 3. We can do about factorization. Tan t square plus 1 we change for secant of t square, and later that we simplify the square root. So we do first the derivative for the both sides. You got about the square root of number 3 secant of t square dt. So we put this one go in here, and this one go in here. The s we change for this one. So this one we change for 3 tan t square. Number 3 and number 3 we can do about factorization. So this one in here we change for secant of t square. We had the power 2, you got about 3 tan t square. So the square root of this one, you will go about the square root of number 3 secant of t. So we have square root of number 3 and square root of number 3. So you will go about number 3. Number 3 and number 3 we multiply together, and you got about 9. And if we put number 9 go outside, so this one you got about secant of t to the power of 3 dt. So this one we change for sine t square over cosine t square. This one we change for 1 over cosine t to the power of 3. So this one we cannot go anywhere, so we need to return back to this one. So tan t square in here we change for secant of t square minus 1. So we have secant of t to the power of 3 multiplied by secant of t square and number 1. Now I will concentrate about this one first. About this integration, we can put about secant of t square multiplied by secant of t. So we can use about integration by parts. So we got about u equal to secant of t. So we do first the derivative for the both sides. You got about du equal to secant of t tan t dt. dv we got about secant of t square dt. The integration of this one, you got about v equals to tan t. So we got about secant of t multiplied by tan t. So we have du multiplied by v. you got about secant of t tan t square. About this one, we can change into secant of t square minus 1. Secant of t multiplied by secant of t square and number 1. Because negative with negative, you got about positive. And we got about the integration secant of t dt. And now all of them in here, that's e equals to this integration. So we put this one go to the right. So we sum two integrals together and you got about number 2. And later that we divide both sides by number 2. About this integration, we got about ln of the absolute value of secant of t plus tan t, and we put about c. Now let's go to the last one. Let's see about this one in here. So we need to use about integration by substitution. Integration by pass. So we need to put about u equal to secant of t to the power of 3. So if we do first the derivative for the both sides, you got about 3 secant of t to the power of 3 tan t dt, and dv we got about secant of t to the power of 2. If we do this integration, you got about v equals to tan t. So you got about u multiplied by v. So we have du multiplied by v, and you got about number 3. And we got about secant of t to the power of 3 multiplied by tan t square dt. Tan t square, that's about secant of t square minus 1. So you got about secant of t square multiplied by secant of t to the power of 3, and number 1 multiplied by secant of t to the power of 3. So we will got about the integration secant of t to the power of 5 plus number 3 the integration secant of t to the power of 3 dt, and this one equals to the integration. I just put this one in here. So we put negative number 3, the integration secant of t to the power of 5 go to the right. And this one we got about 3 plus 1 is about 4. Now we divide both sides by number 4. And we know that this integration we have already calculated from here. So we compile the answer. So we go to here. About this one, that's about this one. About this one, that's about this one. About this one, that's about this one. Now, we need to simplify this one. 3 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Because we have the negative sign here, so you got about negative in here too. So this one you will got about negative 1 over 8, and this one you got about negative 1 over 8. And now we change t. About t, that's about this one. So we divide both sides by the square root of number 3. And we got about t equal to arctan of s over the square root of number 3. So we put this one to replace for t. We know that tan with arctan, we got about s over the square root of number 3. Similar for this one too. And this one too. And that's the final answer in here. This is the end. Thank you for watching.